You know what? I don't even care if the bottom cracks. I still like this. Hello, you dirty potters. How are you today? This one's gonna be a little bit different because yes, this will be a Kiln opening episode, but at the same time, there's a second part where I just want to talk to you guys personally on a one-on-one basis. If you guys haven't noticed, this channel is growing a lot faster than I ever thought it would. And because of that, I want to say some stuff to you, but all the places I'm going to post this on need it to be art inside of it, so I'm going to show you all the nice art first. And as we do in this channel's tradition, we're going to gear up. So we're going to start with the stuff that I didn't like the most, and we're going to go all the way up to the stuff that I like the most. This is just a plain old black mug. The thing about this is that it was made out of a certain type of really heavily grogged clay. I think it's only like 35 mesh grog, but at the same time, I still like this meshy kind of purplish green that it has on the outside. This is my Ron Roy's High Gloss Black mixed in with my tin chrome red, which I think I did an episode on, and if I didn't, I'll give you guys the recipe later on. But I also feel like every potter who makes their own glaze has like a tin chrome red in their put out, just like they have a black in their put out. Mine's just Ron Roy's variation number 1. For anyone who's like, why don't you use licorice black, or why don't you use this black, or why don't you use best black? I like Ron Roy's High Gloss Black because the oxides and the carbonates in it are blue and red, which are essentially making this black color. They're just really dark variations of blue and red, which make it look like it's black, but honestly it's super dark brown and super dark blue. But if you treat it correctly, like if you put a really high gloss clear over it, like from Laguna, the bright clear, you end up getting this really, really nice dark blue over the black if you put the black down first, which is why I stick with my black. It's because I can essentially get a couple different glazes out of that black instead of just my black. That's a pottery tip! Second thing I want to show you are these two nice porcelain bowls. Now, I'm gonna get it, hold on, I gotta get closer to you. Some of you guys might remember these bowls from the last Kiln opening number 5. And you can kind of see in there, it's a really, really nice melt. I'm really happy with it. This is my Ron Roy's High Gloss Black mixed in with my floating blue. They're both cone 5.6 in case anyone's wondering. The problem with these were that like the middle part just kept bubbling for some strange reason. Okay, it's not some strange reason. I put a glaze in there I shouldn't have put in there. But Dante, you shouldn't test a glaze on stuff. You should do it on a test style. Yeah, I know, Bethany. Leave me alone. I've been a potter for 4 years, and I tell you what. You're not supposed to put a glaze on a pot and this is test style if you don't know what it is yet. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to put a glaze on a pot unless you test it first on multiple different glaze bodies and multiple different pots before you make your real work with it. But it's so tempting. But I really, really like this blue. The problem is in the middle is a giant kind of oil spottish white. And I'm happy with it because they both look essentially the exact same way. But the main problem is I really don't like the mixture of the color white, red, and blue. I mean, these bowls look fine. My main problem is it's Ron Roy's High Gloss Black, it's floating blue, and now it's white in the middle, and I'm not really a fan of the colors red, white, and blue. Am I an American? Guys, am I an American? That's it, these bowls are named America now. Ah! The fourth best thing I got out was this vase, and I was saving this for a pit fire, but it ended up just being the wrong kind of clay and I didn't like the shape. I didn't like anything about it. So it was this is actually pretty nice. I liked it. And this is honestly just my Celso Aribe. It's so translucent and clear that the fucking light from up there is just shining off it so you can't get a clear picture of it. And the bottom of this cracked a little bit. You can kind of see when it came off the kiln shelf. It didn't crack in the middle, like it'll still hold liquid if need be, but I have to sand this down and it'll be fine. But I still like it. Usually I throw something like this away just because I'm like, it's not perfect, huh? Okay, are you ready? The last thing to come out the kiln. Are you ready? Type down below. Comment down below. Are you ready? Say, I'm ready. I'm ready, Dante. I'm ready for this. I'm excited to show this to you because two things happen that usually never ever happen on this glaze. And it's the reason I made this glaze because sometimes it happens. This was the pot that I made in the What is an Advanced Potter playlist, which, by the way, a lot of you have been commenting, like, I really don't like the loud music in the background, and I'll let you know, that's gone. No more of that. Because I was rewatching my videos and I'm like, wow, that shit's annoying. So we're gonna try to find some softer, lighter music, but I'm still gonna put music in the background. The special thing that happened is that my Randy's Red actually turned red. So this is my Randy's Red, and this is my floating blue. If you guys remember, right, the little, the medium, and the big, and then after this, we go ahead and put the decorative top on top. I am extremely extremely happy with this. You can see it's technically bigger than my head, and y'all know I got a big head. I find that my Randy's Red works best on a red clay body. I don't know why. I think it's because of the amount of iron saturation, and that's the way I really make my red. But I will say that I'm really happy with this, and I got a nice river of blue right down the middle there, just like I planned out. When I was making this, I actually put a line down the middle multiple times so that whatever glaze in here will run down the middle as well as on the sides. So I kind of wanted this separation of blue versus what the combination of blue and red would be. So I am extremely happy with this. My Patreon supporters have most likely seen this by now because they get content way before you guys do. So I'm really happy about this. For those of you who saw it beforehand, look, here it is again. But okay, that was it. That was the end of the Kiln opening. I will see you guys later. If you're gonna jump off at this point, if you're not gonna jump off at this point and you're gonna stay with me to sit down and have a good old talk about the future of the channel, then keep going. But as of now, that's it. There's no more actual art to be seen. So if you're here just for the art, I'll see you Dirty Potters later, and I love your dirty faces. Please don't forget to see me next week. But if you're gonna stay, go ahead, pause the channel, go get yourself a cup of tea. We're gonna have a good 10-minute conversation, and I'm gonna let you guys know about the future of the channel as far as I see it. Here, look, I'll put this one here, right? So you can stare at it. So now that everyone's gone and we're all alone, what'd that booty do? First thing I want to talk to you guys about is that I'm getting a lot of messages and I'm getting a lot of comments about people who want to know where they can find my artwork. Now, I feel like I haven't made this clear in other videos, so I'm just going to say it now. I put my Instagram and I put my Facebook feed of all my actual art, stuff like this and this, on those two pages majoritively, other than my Patreon account. So if you want to find the actual art that I really make, stuff that you just want to see because it looks nice and you want to get some ideas maybe for your own artwork, it's on my Instagram and my Patreon, which I always put down below for you guys to contact me. Those are the two places that you can find my artwork, and I feel like I had to answer that question because I'm getting a lot of people who are like, it was so hard to find you, and I didn't know where to find your artwork, and so that's where you guys can find my stuff. Secondly, I'm getting a lot of people asking where they can buy my artwork. Now, I don't have an Etsy page anymore, and I don't have an actual like Facebook store or anything like that. If you want something of mine, you have two options. Option number one, you can contact me and ask me how much something is. I'll send you the bill for it, and once you send me money, I will just send it to you right away. I do this with a couple collectors of my artwork, a couple people who really like my artwork and know that if they just talk to me, they can literally have anything they want as long as they pay me for it. But again, you have to find either Instagram or Facebook down below in the description in order to talk to me to find those two. Your second choice is you can support me on my Patreon account. There's a couple different tiers of how you can support me, and they start at like $2. And the reason I start at $2 is because if you're struggling so much that you can only give $1 instead of $2, I would much rather you just keep that dollar. It's not like you're just giving me stuff on a monthly basis. Different tiers have different scales and different rewards for everything. The $2 one, you automatically get a shout out on the YouTube channel. The $5 one, you get entered in for a monthly raffle every single month to get a piece of my artwork. Now, since there's only like 12 or 13 people right now, that means that each and every month I draw from a hat a name, and that name gets picked out and I send you a piece of my artwork. Whether it be a cup, whether it be one of the bowls I just showed you, something like that. On top of that, if you're a $5 or over patron, you're gonna get exclusive content. For example, my Patreon supporters are gonna see this thing in like 1 hour. I'm gonna take nice pictures of it and show them like they've seen this way before you have. Which means if you happen to be a collector of my artwork, much like my friend Jim is, then you're gonna, you have dibs on this essentially. Second thing on the agenda. The second thing is that I'm getting a lot of personal questions on my Instagram and on my Facebook and sometimes on Tumblr. I do have a Tumblr account even though I don't give it to you guys. So those questions can be answered via video or I'll just answer them personally. The problem is I'm getting a lot of people who are like, you should do an Ask Me Anything or you should do an info video because we want to know more about you. So I feel like that doesn't have a lot of art value in it, but to be fair, if you guys request it enough, I will give it to you. So because of that, I will be doing an Ask Me Anything. So at the end of this video, in the comments below, if you want to ask me literally any question you want, I will answer it in a video. I'll put it down on a list, and then it'll most likely be the second or third video out because I still got to give you guys actual content like this. Just imagine all the people who didn't stay, don't get to ask me silly ass questions. And please, if you do decide to participate in this, try and keep it a little bit respectful. Try and keep it like, what's your favorite color? But please don't be that guy who's like, you ever make a bong out of clay? Because I'm just going to ignore that question. Third thing on the agenda. The third thing is because of my patrons and because of my Patreon account, you guys, you wonderful, wonderful people have now bought me a new video editor, which means the video that I'm gonna edit in a little while, right now that I'm making at this very moment, is put on a new video editor. So the video is gonna be a lot lighter, it's gonna have better music. With this video editor, they give me a bunch of free content that I can use for my channel, so I don't have to go scouring YouTube for extra videos and extra images and JPEGs and content. And now I don't have to use that really, really annoying background music that's way too intense for an art channel. So thank you so much. I never thought I would get a chance to edit videos at a higher quality simply from people supporting my artwork, simply from you guys liking my artwork. I mean, let's be honest here, a lot of you guys probably support me because you want a chance to win that free artwork, that free swag every month. And this makes me really, really happy, not only because you're supporting me and my artwork and I'm giving you stuff back, it makes me really happy because each and every time I open the news and the art section of anything, it's always like, oh yeah, art programs have been cut, they've been slashed. And of course everyone's like, oh, that's sad. But my response to that is, oh no, that's not sad, because now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get my favorite artist on wherever, YouTube, Instagram, wherever I can, see if there's a way I can support them and give them a little bit of money per month. I can let go of a cup of Starbucks coffee to support somebody in art that I really like once per month. That's the thing I really like about, and this is kind of a catch-22, about whenever they cut art funding, because there's always a surge of people who come and go like, if you're not gonna support the artists I like, then I'm gonna vote with my money and I'm gonna stop buying X product in order to support this person. Instead of buying shit bowls from Walmart, I'm just gonna start getting handmade bowls from an artist that I really, really like. Patreon just allows you to do it at a much cheaper scale. So it's once a month. It's $5 is probably the lowest scale to win some of my art. So just don't drink Starbucks that day. Not that month, that day. Yes. Number four on the list. So I'm definitely not just sitting around my house all day and making artwork. I'm not like some retired person who picked this up as a hobby. Like this is my passion. I love doing this, and for you guys to support me in this and watch my videos and make such beautiful comments, which by the way, the comments are beautiful. For like every one comment that I get of just like, I was offended because you didn't talk to me the right way. You jump around too much. My son never calls me. For every one comment that I get like that, I always get like, oh my god, thank you for showing me this, that was amazing. Or I get, I love your artwork. For every one negative comment I get like 10 positive comments. And I love it so much, and I really want to thank you guys. It really evens out the scales for me, because for every one like, your video sucks, I get, no, your video is amazing and I appreciate you. You guys are the little bit of light in my millennial, never-ending, working 12-hour work days, shoving Red Bull into my body world. And I think that's really the difference in between what I'm doing and what some potters are doing, and then what a lot of other potters and artists are doing, is that I didn't like pick this up when I retired because I just wanted something to do. I found this and it was my passion at a younger age, and so I'm getting better and better at it every day because of your guys and your support. So it's different, because the majority of people that I meet that are artists or potters are not young. I will say that they are not young, and that's no shade on anyone from the older generation. I definitely don't bag on you or anything, but it's just, that's the reality of it, is the majority of people who get retired get bored, find something to do, and then pick up art partially as kind of an outlet for their, I don't know what else to do because I've been working for 35 to 40 years, and now that I'm retired, I really don't know what to do with myself. Are we good? Are we satisfied? Did I answer all your guys' questions? Those was a lot of content right there. I'm sorry about that. That was a long talk. Thank you guys so much for all the support you give me, and thank you guys for joining me in this video. For those of you who made it to the other half of the video, I commend you, because that was a longer than normal video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and if you want to give it a share, go on ahead. If you want to find my artwork, go down on the go down in the description below. You will find my Instagram and my Facebook page. There is my actual artwork versus just the videos that I do. I love your dirty potter faces, and I will see you next Thursday. And of course, because I have two of them in my hand, I have to. Guys, I know some of you don't like how energetic and poppy and quirky I am, but you better unsubscribe right now, because we're using these as boobs.